So Big Meech called Wack 100 phone after Wack 100 released a phone call with Cuffy. And I must say, this whole thing is starting to take a crazy turn because Big Meech is accusing Cuffy of being a rat as well. But I'm going to break down the research I came across at the end of the video because the first time I ever heard of Cuffy snitching was in the comment section of my last video, where Wack 100 leaked a phone call with Cuffy. But let's break down everything that transpired after Wack 100 leaked that phone call with Cuffy. But before we get to this video, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button so we can get back in that algorithm. I need a quick 100 likes. Once we pass 100 likes, I need a quick 500 likes. Once we pass 500 likes, I need a quick 1,000 likes. Hit that hype. Roll to 40,000 subscribers, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you can be updated every time I drop. So Wack 100 went on Instagram and dropped a couple pages of the paperwork on Big Meech. And in the paperwork, it says CS1, who is allegedly Tammy COWINS, gave information to the DA that Suarez had a trucking company which he funneled cocaine through, and that the connection between Suarez and CS1 was arranged by Flannery, which is Big Meech. And it says that Suarez and Big Meech became associated while incarcerated. And it says that Flannery arranged through CS1 for Suarez to provide multiple kilograms of cocaine to Gatlin, which is Cuffy. I'm just giving y'all a summary of what the paperwork says, but from that alone is why Cuffy claims Big Meech third-party snitch, because that connection alone is why Cuffy even dealt with Suarez and Tammy COWINS to begin with. Now later on, after Wack 100 dropped that paperwork on Big Meech, Wack 100 says that Big Meech called his phone and that he talked to him about Cuffy being a snitch as well. And Big Meech claims that Cuffy got sealed paperwork and that Cuffy needs to provide his plea agreement because for him to get convicted for 2 bodies and only getting 27 years ain't right. And Wack 100 says he questioned Big Meech about Tammy COWINS, and he says Big Meech said he dealt with her because he wanted to.
I just definitely got a call. That was definitely Big Meech just called me.
Oh,
I'm reading it right
Yeah,
now.
so he gave me some information to go look into. And the case selected politic. Without the bleed.
what is energy on? What he calling the truce?
I mean, he say he's a little loaded and but he just said I respect the fact that I just told you some and you didn't ignore it and you go look into it. And I told him getting on the phone with me is one thing. But everybody need to get on the jack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
tell
I'm telling you where my come from.
Mm-hmm.
So that individual, you know what I'm saying? So no,
I tell you one thing, he definitely got sentenced below those guidelines though. That's a fact.
you talking about this the man just gave me? So what I sent you is what he told me to ask for.
If he send that, we 100% gonna know why.
So which one we can't get? So which one we got? We got the appeal and what else?
We got the appeal.
We got the plea hearing transcripts. We don't got
Don't got
that.
that one either.
We got the sentencing transcripts. Okay, are they sealed? They shouldn't be sealed. Or they should be accessible, right?
It should be.
Yeah, let's shit. We got all this information, right?
Yep, I'm on it right now.
Yeah, let's see if they available or they sealed. Me seem to think that they sealed. Cause I already text Cuffy.
What do you say?
Look, Prince, I don't frown.
I know.
He like, man, I know you probably ain't gonna. I'm like, I'm texting right now while we live on this thing.
Yeah, he gotta
Yeah,
send that
so
paperwork because he definitely got sentenced below those guidelines, and it say it was a joint recommended by both parties. He was facing life on every charge. Caught 27. So.
yeah, but we got them other documents tell us why they gave him that, right?
100%. As soon as he sent them.
The plot thickens. The plot thickens.
Plot twist.
Gotta remember, he admitted to setting up 2 on a body. So he admitting that.
Well, they gonna make you do that. if they gonna give you whatever deal, you know what I'm saying? But it's still gonna tell you under what terms. That's when it'll be either safety valve, 5K one, you know what I'm saying? Proffers. If any foul play happen, it'll be there. So because what he gotta understand, this how dude gonna come. So
See, get
my
right. I don't know if this is the cops though. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you.
He have any explanation about that Cuffy though? What him and the girl allegedly did?
man, I asked real direct questions
Them
because I
straight.
wanted to know why she was still around. You know what I'm saying? So and he must said just that's what he wanted to do. So I told him, well, this conversation don't need to go no further until I get the other party online. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the info come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Them two phone, that'd be
that's
crazy.
already lined up. That's lined up already. Yeah, I'm getting straight to it because I'm gonna be able to determine whose demeanor changes. Ain't you know what I'm saying? Ain't about no content because I told him, I said we ain't gonna do the records or nothing. He said, well, see, you playing it fair. I see that. So yeah, let's have the conversation. You ask me, I kind of know what my thoughts is leaning towards.
How you feeling, bro? What you leaning towards?
Should be the same odor on both sides. You never know.
Oh,
Right. Sheesh.
Yeah, because I had never looked into the other side. He told me, what, you putting credibility into somebody that ain't right. I said, what? So he says Cuffy's a rat. I said, I ain't never heard that. He said, all right, asking for this, that, and that. So I said, I'm texting it right now. So you know how I am, Ghost, with paperwork. Ask me about some work, I ain't finna argue with you. Here.
Shoot it straight to it.
Yeah, I don't do no. Actually, I blasted all mines out before you wake up. I'm sitting here. I don't do no arguing about no. Say something. Hey, bro. He said, send this, send that, send this.
5:30 in the morning, Wack be done sent 6 new files at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and I ain't texting me. He said, your files are sealed and you won't send your plea sentence agreement or your sentencing transcripts. He was just on my FaceTime, and I told him we can all get online tomorrow. He agreed, no hollering or loud talking. And here go the picture of us on the FaceTime to prove it. There you go. We shall see. With zazi foo foo.
Listen,
Man,
I need you to look into the chat real quick. Scroll to the homie Get Right. Read it to yourself though.
you're right. And Cuffy had the life rights before Tammy. No, remember?
And the Meech shit, it came about a year ago that he told on them bodies.
Yeah, but I wouldn't doubt that.
Nah, remember, we went looking for it all when the situation happened.
I
Get Right put
wouldn't.
the bug in my ear, said, oh, yo, he probably told on them bodies. That's the word on the street. The paperwork was sealed back then. We would already had it.
I've never looked into Cuffy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We
Yeah.
looked into it on the flow, and it wasn't there. But we would have had it. So he gonna have to send that.
Well, the good thing about it is I talked to him, so he got it.
So this is the thing why we ran on the flow. Everything was sealed up, but we wasn't pushing the Cuffy. Even his PSI came back and his recommendation was 360 months to life. He got sentenced to 327.
Well, we need them documents. Listen, I tell you, I'm here to tell you,
Hey,
we need them
I've been
documents.
firing documents all morning like Yosemite said. You know what, Wack?
I
You
got
was on live, so you don't notice us in the chat, right? Remember when you brought his daughter on the YouTube?
I brought her to the room too.
In the chat though, on the YouTube, your dad a rat, your dad a rat, your dad a rat. That's why we had to go research that. Makes
Damn,
sense.
Prince, you right. It was people calling that back then, wasn't it?
You know, Ghost. We here now. Don't get scared now.
Yeah, I ain't never heard. It was always Cuffy calling him. I ain't never heard nobody call him the right.
I tell you when he said it, you saying you know something, I gotta address it.
Yeah,
The thing about it was he had about 12 to 15 sealed files in there. So we couldn't come out and call him nothing, and we ain't running it on him, so put it in the war chest, right?
that's crazy.
I mean, is it? Is it? I mean, it is, but is it really?
Like you said, it is, but is it really? It's just like I just ain't never heard nobody even come out and say it. And he was real vocal, like around with our early days of Clubhouse. Cuffy got content out there, Colorado and all
You,
that. Before he came home, before Meech came home.
you know what happened? I'm gonna give it to you, Bay. There was some YouTube or interview he did where he was talking about why Meech had to like cooperate in X, Y, and Z. He
Yeah,
said something about look up this statue, right?
phone interview.
Right. I went to go look up that statue, and I've kind of seen like it was like the Kingpin statue, X, Y, and Z, over a certain amount, over a certain key amount they charge you, over a certain like dollar amount of your organization they charge with that Kingpin statue. That's like mandatory life, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to look at these Kingpins cooperate to get under that Kingpin statue. Because you know my thing is, right? 5K1, 35B, post-fiction relief. With the Fed showing you love like that, I can see them showing you love because you cooperated. It's not going to show in the paperwork you cooperated, but they showing you love, but not even charge you with the Kingpin statue. That's love for a Kingpin, right?
Right.
So my antennas is already up when I see this because I'm researching on the me side. Then the comments start coming back.
What you say, R&B? See, R&B be sitting here watching the calls come through.
So now
R&B
what I
watch the call come through. Hey, Wack, what up? Me just hit me when I get on the phone. That's cool.
Then you got the evil twin Prince over here doing the NBC.
I only use my powers for good.
The Nightline.
Now I believe the best thing to do is for Cuffy and Big Meech to get on the phone so the world can hear their conversation. Because when Meech calling Cuffy out for being a snitch is wild to me. But like I said earlier in the video, people was definitely calling Cuffy a snitch in the comment section and claiming that he went down for 2 bodies and that he signed a Rule 35B for a sentence reduction for helping the federal government. Now, when I looked up if Cuffy signed a Rule 35B, it states that Cuffy did not sign a Rule 35B. Then I checked to see if Cuffy signed a proffer. It says he didn't sign a proffer. Then I checked if Tammy COWINS cooperated against Cuffy, and it says yes, she cooperated against Cuffy. Then I checked was Tammy COWINS a federal informant, and it says yes, she was a federal informant. Then I checked that she owned Big Meech's life rights, and it says yes, she owned the life rights. Then I asked was she working to give Big Meech a time cut, and it says yes. Then I checked did Cuffy get convicted of 2 bodies, and it says yes. Then I asked how did he only get 27 years for 2 bodies, and it said he avoided a life sentence or a death penalty because Cuffy struck a plea deal and that Cuffy arranged and directed others to do the bodies rather than him pulling the trigger himself. And the case was heavily dependent on wiretaps and informant testimonies, including Tammy COWINS. And to avoid risk, expense, and an unpredictable trial, the government offered a plea deal of 27 years to Cuffy, giving up his rights to appeal. Then the last thing I asked was, did Cuffy cooperate with the federal government? And it said no. Now, mind you, I did all this research before I seen that Big Meech and Wack 100 talked on the phone, based on the comment section saying that Cuffy was a rat too. But one thing that is looking more clear is that Big Meech and Tammy were working together. Everything is allegedly, but I was talking to Google, and for me, I'm leaning towards what Google said. Now, if some sealed files get presented on Cuffy, we gonna go from there. But until then, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section, and make sure you hit that like button. Let's get the video to 100 likes. Once we pass 100 likes, 500 likes. Once we pass 500 likes, 1,000 likes, hit that hype. Roll up to 40,000 subscribers, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you can be updated every time I drop. Could we actually load it to the next one, another one? Gone.